Friends, this is the second lecture of second unit of thermal engineering. The second unit is ideal gas and ideal gas processes. In first lecture, we have discussed about uh, two processes. That is, we have seen two laws, two or three laws: Avogadro's law and molar volume. Then two more, that is Charles law and Boyle's law. We have also seen its graph or how these processes are represented on PV diagram and TS diagrams. Okay, in Charles law, the pressure was constant. So in PV diagram, this pressure line was parallel to volume axis, and this then TS diagram also seen and TV diagram also seen. And now in Boyle's law, in which the temperature remains constant. Okay, we have seen that pressure volume relation, that is PV is equals to MRT, where P is P is pressure, V is volume, R is universal gravitational constant, M is mass, and T is temperature. So depending on the constant quantity, that is whether pressure is constant, whether volume is constant, or temperature is constant, there are three type of processes. Charles law, in which pressure is constant; in Boyle's law, temperature is constant; and third one is which you are looking on the screen, that is Gay-Lussac law, in which the volume will going to be constant. As in Charles law, pressure was constant; in Boyle's law, temperature was constant, and now in this process, volume will remain constant. As you can see on the diagram given below, PV diagram, in which the process is parallel to volume axis. That means you will get only one value if though the process is at two distinct equilibrium, that means at 1 and 2. Okay, that means uh, if the process is going from first equilibrium state to another state, there you can have volume constant. If here is 3 meter cubic per kg per meter cube is the volume of that particular gas, at second point it will also be same. That means throughout the process, okay, you can see this line is representing the process. For this process you can see only one value of volume. Okay, that means the volume of this process is remain constant. On TS diagram you can see the variation is quite parabolic or hyperbolic. Okay, let's see, read that law, Gay-Lussac's law. The absolute pressure of a unit mass of gas varies directly proportional to absolute temperature. That means volume is constant. That means pressure is directly proportional to temperature. No consideration of volume because it is constant when the volume of gas remains constant. That means we have that equation PV is equals to MRT. All these all are constant. Mass and R for a particular gas is constant. Let's write what is the remaining equation. It is equals to what? PV is directly, then it will be equal to PV is directly proportional to T, where P is absolute pressure, V is volume, and T is temperature. Now here, but for this particular process volume is constant, so it is also be neglected. Therefore what is the Gay-Lussac law is pressure is directly proportional to temperature. That means absolute pressure of unit mass of gas varies directly. Okay, direct, this is sign of direct proportion to the absolute temperature. This is the Gay-Lussac law. Its explanation is also given over here. You can see P is directly proportional to T, where V is constant. Therefore for two state of the same process you will get, okay, you will get P1 upon P2 is equals to T1 upon T2. That means if a process is going on, then you can observe the ratio of pressure and temperature which are absolute. at first state is equals to the ratio of pressure and temperature at second equilibrium position will be equal. Okay, now further things are given, let's see that. Okay, here derivation of characteristic gas equation using Boyle's law and Charles law, that is equation of state. These were three equation of state. If process is okay, we will see further. Let's discuss about that equation or characteristic equation using Boyle's law. Okay, the functional relationship among the properties pressure, molar of or specific volume and temperature T is known as equation of state, which may be expressed in the form of function of PVT. You can read it as function of pressure, volume, temperature is equals to 0. Then if two properties of gas are known, the third can be evaluated from the equation of the state. Okay, we have discussed about already. PV is equals to mRT. This is the equation of state. From this, if you have any two quantity, mass will be given, R is constant or mass is also constant. Therefore, from this quantity, pressure, volume and temperature, if any of these two is given, then third quantity you can also find out by that relation. To derive the equation of state for a perfect gas, combination of Boyle's and Charles law is taken. Let us consider a unit mass of an ideal gas to change its state in the following two successive processes. Okay, you have given, you can see over here, there are two processes given which are presented on this PV diagram. Okay, you can see over here. Wait a while, we will discuss about it. Okay, now can you recognize this process? Okay, this is pressure, this is volume. You can see this, which one is this process, as P is constant. Okay, this is therefore Charles, according to Charles law, pressure is constant. Then how this this represented process is what? Boyle's law is according to Boyle's law. That means here two processes are given. Okay, two processes in which, in first process, this is first process in which pressure is remain constant, and this second process 2-2 in which temperature remains constant. Okay, we have to derive the equation. Let's see that. Okay, you can see here process 1 to 2 dash is constant pressure process, and 2-2 is constant temperature process. Okay, let's see further. You can see the we have specified that. Now for first process 1 to 2 dash, what is pressure? What is given? Pressure is constant. That means it is according to Charles law. We can write that V1 upon T1 is equals to V2 upon T2. Okay, we can write that V1 upon V2 is equals to V2 dash upon T2 dash. Okay, now since T2 dash is equals to T2, okay, we have that given as this process. Okay, this process is at constant temperature. That means temperature at 2 dash and temperature at 2 will be same. Therefore, we have to replace this V2 dash by V1. Okay, we have to replace that V2 dash by T2 dash by T2. Now, by using Boyle's law, what we have that Boyle's law, which is equals to P1 V1 is equals to P2 V2. But let's add according to this the process between 2 dash and 2. Let's write the equation for that. P2 dash V2 dash is equals to P2 V2, but P2 is equals to P1. Okay, as we have seen that P2 is equals to P1 in previous process. Let me show you first over here. P1 is equals to P2 dash, T2 is equals to T2 dash. By using all these parameters, we have to succeed further. Okay, let's see. Here again P2 dash is replaced by P1. Okay, therefore what is the equation? P1 V2 dash is equals to P2 into V2. But V2 dash is equals to what? Okay, writing the equation for V2 dash, we will get P2 V2 upon P1 from equation 1, that is in which we have replaced this. Okay, this is the equation 1. You can see over here, this is the equation. We just have to replace this V2. We are just going to consider the process at 1 and 2. We are not interested in intermediate process or intermediate state. We just have to discuss about first state and or initial state of substance and final state of substance, and with the help of intermediate state, that is 2 dash, we have to discuss about this 2 process. But we have seen this V1 upon T1 upon is equals to V2 upon T2 dash. Then according to Boyle's law, we have also seen one more equation, that is P1 V1 is equals to P2 V2, and then also we have applied to it. Now replacing this V1 upon T1, there was V1 upon T1 is equals to V2 dash upon T2. V2 dash upon T2, it was there. Now replacing that V2 dash by this V2 dash, what we will get? Here we have V1 upon T1 is equals to P2 upon V2 upon P1 into T1. Okay, V1 upon T1 is equals to P2 V2 upon P1 T1. Rearranging all the terms. Okay, if we rearrange all these terms for first state and second state, we will get this P1 V1 upon T1 is equals to P2 V2 upon T2. That means for any intermediate process, it remains constant. Okay, this relation at any equilibrium state, P1 V1 upon T1 is equals to P2 V2 upon T2. Or if any third equilibrium stage if we consider for that particular gas, then we will see that P3 V3 upon T3, which is equals to, here you have given that PV upon T is equals to constant. But what is that constant is? It is equals to R, which is called as a characteristic gas constant. Okay, the magnitude of this constant depend upon the particular gas, and it is denoted by R. Okay, this is not universal. Okay, it is just particular for particular substances. It has particular value. When R dash is called as, where R dash is called as specific gas constant or characteristic gas constant. Thus, the equation becomes, after rearranging all this equation, we will get PV is equals to mRT. This is the perfect gas equation. Now, if m kg of gas is occupied volume V, then what we have? PV is equals to mRT. This is the equation of state. This PV is equals to mRT is called as equation of state. PV is equals to mRT is called as equation of state. Okay, now let's see the value of that molar gas constant. Okay, or what we have seen that is universal gas constant. We have to calculate that value. First see what is universal or molar gas constant. It is mass. If mass is equal to molecular weight of gas, then 1 mole of gas have been considered as, that is 1 kg mole of oxygen is, or 1 kg mole of hydrogen is 2 kg of hydrogen. Okay, how the molar mass is calculated? Okay, for that particular thing you should have the atomic mass of, or you should know the atomic mass of that particular atom. Okay, please listen carefully this statement. If you want to calculate molar mass, okay, if you want to calculate molar mass of any substance, then what you must know? You must know the molar mass of this particular gas, that means hydrogen or oxygen. What is molar mass of oxygen? It is equals to 16. Okay, it is equals to oxygen. Weight of oxygen is what? Or molar mass of oxygen is equals to 16. But its compound is what? O2. That means 1 O2 is equals to 32, okay, plus 32, so 16, which gives, that means oxygen or that particular oxygen compound has its molar mass equals to 32 atomic mass unit, AMU. Okay, the atomic mass is measured in atomic mass unit. Since the oxygen compound has its atomic mass unit 32 atomic mass unit, therefore its molar mass will be equal to 32 kg. Okay, its molar mass will be equal to 32 kg. For hydrogen occurred in the form of H2. Hydrogen has its weight 1 atomic unit. Therefore, what is molar mass of hydrogen, which is equals to 2 kg? You just have to consider the molar mass in terms of kg, then it will get the molar mass of that particular what we say, that gas or any compound. For another one, take example of, let's say, carbon. No matter carbon is having how many, 6 electron, that means it is having about 12 atomic mass unit weight. So if you, and carbon remains in the form of carbon, okay, it is present in the form of carbon, okay, there is no compound of it. So if you take 12 kg of carbon, it will be its molar mass. If you take helium, which is having mass 2 atomic mass unit, then for but helium is present in the helium form, it is not He2. So 2 kg of helium is the molar mass of that helium. In the same way, if you have to calculate let's say what is the molar mass or atomic unit, mass unit for any gas, let's take nitrogen. I think nitrogen is 14. Nitrogen is 14 atomic mass unit, which is present in the form of N2. If okay, we are using this N2 for different processes, therefore the atomic mass molar mass of this nitrogen will be 28, because one nitrogen constitutes 14 atomic mass unit. Here are, for this compound, 2 nitrogen are required, therefore we are multiplying by 2 for this atomic mass unit to get its molar mass. But for molar mass you have to take it in kg. Okay, molar mass is in kg. Okay, the equation of state is written as PV0 is equals to mRT. V0 is molar volume, m is molar weight of the gas. According to Avogadro's law, that V0 is the same for all gases at the same pressure and temperature. Therefore, it may seem that mR is also weight. Okay, since V0 is constant, so mR will also be constant, which is equals to R0. Therefore, P into V0 is equals to R0 into T, where M and R is replaced by R0, where R0 is called as molar or universal gas constant, which is the product of molar mass and the universal gas constant, which is product of universal gas constant and mass. Therefore, further, the value of R is given, which is equals to 8314.3 Newton meter per kg per mole per Kelvin. Okay, this is also given. R0 is constant given. Okay, R0 is given 8.3143 kilojoule per kg per mole per degree Kelvin. If n mole present, then ideal gas equation, because PV is equals to n R0T from Avogadro's law of for air, when P is equals to such 760 millimeter of Hg, that means 1 atmospheric pressure, which is equals to given 1.031 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. Temperature is equals to 273.15 degree Kelvin, and V is equals to, that is specific volume is equals to 22.4 meter cube per kg mole, then R0 can be calculated as, okay, how this is calculated, they have given it. You don't have to remember all this thing, but you must have to know these values of R0, that is 8314.3 Newton per meter per kg per mole per degree Kelvin, or 8.3143 kilojoule per kg per mole per degree Kelvin. Okay, just Newton meter have converted into kilojoule. This is the main difference. There is no other difference in it. Then writing this equation, let's see, PV is equals to nRD, but n is what Vm upon V, where mu is a molecular weight. Putting all this value, PV is equals to mR0 upon mu into T, which is equals to PV is equals to mRT, where R is characteristic gas constant, okay, which is equals to R0 upon mu, but value for mu is given 28.96, which gives you the value of characteristic gas constant. R is equals to 0.287, and R0, which is universal gas constant. Don't confuse between universal gas constant and characteristic gas constant. Characteristic gas constant is equals to 0.287 kilojoule per kg Kelvin, and universal gas constant is 8.313 kilojoule per kg Kelvin per mole. Okay, this is the basic difference between the values. Okay, got the values of characteristic gas constant is what? 0.287, and universal gas constant is what? 8.3. okay, then next one, let's see next one. It is ideal gas process. Okay, now before that you must know the previous three laws. Boyle's, Charles and Gay-Lussac. In Boyle's, temperature was constant, in Charles, pressure was constant, in Gay-Lussac law, volume was constant. All this process you must know to study this further ideal gas processes, okay, which are classified as constant volume process, that is isochoric; constant pressure process, isobaric; constant temperature, which is isothermal; frictionless adiabatic, which is called as reversible or isentropic process; then polytropic process, throttling or restricted flow process. Okay, all this process we will discuss in next lecture.